Hello, my name is Tom Greiner, and I just recently started a business that I call Greiner Building Solutions, and I want to share with you different methods of anchoring buildings, different products that are out here. And one of the things that I knew over the years in this business, that as the buildings got wider, longer, and taller, it became increasingly more challenging to temporary anchor these buildings down, especially from the time of swinging trusses until the roof is on. That building is pretty unsecure and vulnerable to wind when after the trusses are up until the roof steel is on. And so I kind of been working on a system of using cables, cable pullers, and an anchor. And what I used many years ago would be a screw anchor like this. Here is we're going to run a test, and we're going to time how long it takes for Justin here to screw this helicoil earth anchor in, and then we're going to time how long it'll take to drive in a Greiner Earth Anchor. Then we're going to do another test, a load test on each one of them. They're both, this one here is rated for 2,400 pounds. This one, the smaller, the 88, is rated for 3,000 pounds. This is the 138, and it's rated for 5,000 pounds. So we're going to time Justin, and I'm going to get him started, and while he's screwing it in, I'm going to tell you more about Greiner Building Solutions and the products that we offer and sell. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Good. Go. I have developed a method of putting in these racing buildings using cables, using cable pullers, and anchors. And I just recently found these earth anchors, which are drove in by a jackhammer. We can either use an electric jackhammer, or we can use a gas-powered jackhammer or post driver. And I do have a Rhino post driver, gas-powered, that we're going to demonstrate here, and a little bit later on we're going to demonstrate it out in frost. We got plenty of frost out here because it was 50 below wind chill last week and such. So we drive this in, and then we hook cables to it. We tie it to the end trusses to keep it braced in. We put cables on the inside, on the outside. And so that's kind of the nuts and bolts of it. Greiner Buildings Solutions also has other products. We have some shoes that we call gripper shoes that have been tested to grip well on steel roofs up to an 812 pitch. And another film, we're going to field test that also down the road here. A good perfect example just happened here. Justin was screwing this thing in, and in 2 minutes and 33 seconds, he hit something, and it won't go down. So now he has to spend more time taking it out, and we're going to have to relocate it and hope we don't hit something. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Greiner Earth Anchors. There's several different sizes, but for anchoring post-frame buildings, I only use two. And the main one I use is the 88. And that's this one here, and it gets drove into ground by a jackhammer. It has a cable on it, and I'll show you that in a little while and such. And it has 3,000 pounds of holding strength. This is the 138, and it has 5,000 pounds of holding strength. So depending on the soil type of where you're building the building, if you're in real sandy soil or maybe non-compacted soil, a guy really wants to consider using this. But for the most part, this is the one that will be mainly being used. There's a pretty good price difference on these two. Doesn't matter, because we'll put these in so much quicker than what Justin will get that one in. And if you have to put a dozen of these in to anchor a building, the labor savings is more than going to offset. Once you get done using this, you get the building framed and built, you just simply cut the cable How you getting along there, Justin? Are you getting tired?
Yeah, it's hitting something again.
We failed twice to get this to go in. We hit something down below. We're going to try it a third time because I really would like to do a load test on it. But if we fail this time, we'll just go to the Greiner Earth Anchor and we'll do a load test on it only. Okay, we got the earth anchor back out where we hit rock, concrete, or something, and it bent the spade a little bit, and so he's trying it again, and I got him timing it again, and hopefully he gets it in this time. That's been a common pain point with my cable and anchoring system. As you look on this one here, you kind of see that the spade's gotten bent up. They get bent, and they virtually are junk, and you kind of have to throw them away. These cost about $10 at Menards and such, and they just really have a very short lifespan, and it's very time consuming, as you can see, to put these in. Okay, after 4 tries, and we finally got it to go in, and it took him about 7.5 minutes to get it installed. And it'll probably take 5 minutes to take it back out. But he spent probably about 3 minutes on one, 2.5 minutes on another, and another couple more minutes on there. So that's about 6 minutes, and then finally 7.5 minutes. He finally got it in. So he has about a total time of more than 12 to 15 minutes just to put that in. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put a Greiner Earth Anchor in. Okay, what I've got here is an 88 Greiner Earth Anchor, and it comes with a 42-inch cable. We'll drive it in the ground, and we'll drive this as deep as we can, because to set it, we've got to pull it back up, and it'll go in the ground like so. And then when we pull it out, it will pivot up like that, and then it'll be set, and that's how it loads. And then after, we're going to time how long it takes to put this in. It took Justin 7.5 to 8 minutes to put that one in. We're going to time this, and we're going to use a Rhino post driver. Okay, we're ready to drive this in. It's best to have 2 people do it, but it doesn't take very long to do. And we're gonna fire that thing up and get it warmed up, and we're gonna drive it in, and I'm gonna time it. Took 1 minute, 13 seconds. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to do a load test. These are rated at a 2,400 pound load strength. So go ahead and start cranking on it. Looks like it's given the load. Just keep cranking nice and slow and steady. See it pulling up a little bit. Keep going. It should hold up to, it's supposed to hold up to 2,400 pounds. And it really looks like it might be failing. failing.
Yes, coming right out.
So that's kind of surprising me, knowing what I know, that it's failing. It isn't even coming close to what it said it was rated at. I'm pretty certain this was pretty hard soil. By the way that the Greiner Earth Anchor, it went in rather hard, but it didn't take long. Keep going, keep cranking. That's the easy way to pull it out. The most I've seen it go over 1,500 pounds, but we're easily pulling that out, and it settled down at 520 pounds of force. So anyway, I would deem that a pretty good failure. Now, like I said on these Greiner Earth Anchors, once they're drove in the ground, we got to pull them back out 6 inches, and then they'll pivot horizontally, and we got to set it. So we're going to just kind of go ahead and do that now. So go ahead. Can you feel it get harder? That feels like it just set. We've got it set, and it's right at 355 pounds. And here we're gonna do a load test on it and see what happens. Once you have the anchor set, and I'm just doing this for the field test, I mean, I'm sure it's gonna, as we load it, that's gonna pull out some. And I'm gonna measure, we're approximately, the top of the cable is 4.5 inches above the ground level here. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna load her up, and we're gonna see what happens, okay? So Justin, go right ahead. Okay, being this is the first time ever we've done a load test, we can see that the Greiner Earth Anchor did come out of the ground quite a bit more to set, but what we ended up doing, and it's the first time ever, is we broke a cable puller. They're rated at 1 ton, and it failed. And of course we had another one as a backup, and we got it to test at 2080. And I can tell you this, that in all of the years we've spent using cables and come-alongs and screw anchors, and we'd use a dead man and such, we have never ever even came close to breaking a come-along or breaking a cable. But as you can see, this earth anchor is holding at 2,000 pounds. And what I am saying is that's probably all we need. It definitely outperformed the helicoil anchor, which it just pulled out and pulled out. But you can see a Greiner Earth Anchor is holding. So I would say it's successful. We're not able to get to the 3,000 because we've used these for many, many years, and have never had a failure with a come-along or a cable breaking or anything of the sort. So I would say, without question, the Greiner Earth Anchor definitely performed much better than the helicoil anchor, but we put that in just a little over a minute, and it's doing its job. Justin here is attempting to get this screw anchor out, and it's not wanting to come. So basically, it's history. It didn't hold, and it won't come out, so there's just not much there of any value at all. The Greiner Earth Anchors, all we simply do is we take a cable cutter and cut it, and it stays down there, and it's